The chamber of the Galactic Council was silent. Every eye was fixed on the old alien standing at the center. His skin was cracked, his voice dry with age, but his words were sharp like a blade. "Do not attack the humans," he said. "They are not what you think. If you strike them, they will hunt you. Forever." A few council members whispered. Others laughed out loud. "Humans?" one asked, grinning. "They are new, primitive, emotional. What can they do against us, the Vo?" Old alien's eyes narrowed. "You think because they are young they are weak. But I saw what they did. I saw what happened on Taros 9. The room grew still again. "I once led an army against them," he continued. "I had numbers, ships, weapons. We thought we could win. But they didn't fight like others. They didn't fight to survive. They fought to end us." Gasps filled the chamber. The high speaker of the council leaned forward. "Then why are you still alive?" The old alien paused. "Because I ran," more laughter echoed. The council had made its choice before the meeting even began. "Enough of this fear talk," said another. "The humans are expanding too fast. They refuse our rules. They build weapons that challenge our control. We must strike now, before they become stronger." The vote passed within minutes. A fleet of warships was ordered to prepare for attack. Earth would be targeted first. The warning was ignored. Far away, on a quiet moon orbiting a red star, the old alien stood outside the council hall watching the stars above. A young aide stood beside him. "Do you think the humans will survive the attack?" she asked. The old alien didn't blink. "No," he said. "I think the humans will survive. It's the council that won't." It began in the dark. Above Earth's atmosphere, 20 alien warships appeared, silent, black, deadly. No warnings, no mercy. Their orders were clear: strike fast, strike hard, and leave nothing behind. The Galactic Council believed it would be easy. Earth was only one planet, one target, one quick victory, but they were wrong. In the quiet city of Geneva, alarms screamed. Sirens echoed through the streets. People ran for shelter. Parents held their children close. Military bases lit up across the planet. The first alien missile hit a spaceport. Fire and metal rained down. Then came the second, the third, the fourth. Within minutes, Earth lost hundreds of lives. But the humans did not panic. They responded. High above Earth, the alien commander watched the destruction from his flagship. "Target neutralized," he said coldly. But just as he turned to walk away, a strange signal blinked on the screen. A new object had entered the battlefield. It was human, and it was fast. "Unknown vessel approaching," the sensor officer shouted. "It's breaking formation." The humans had launched a counterattack, not with fleets, but with a single prototype warship. A secret weapon no one outside Earth had ever seen. The ship was small, sleek, and glowing with blue energy. Its name was Valkyrie 9. Within seconds, Valkyrie 9 tore through the alien formation. One enemy ship exploded in flames, then another. The alien commander screamed for backup, but Earth wasn't done. From underground bunkers and hidden launch sites, humanity's defenses came alive. Space cannons fired, drones swarmed the enemy, satellites turned into weapons. The aliens had expected fear. What they found was fury. Back in the Galactic Council, a message arrived from the fleet. "Status report," demanded the high speaker. The council aide swallowed hard as he read the screen. 5 ships destroyed, 13 damaged, 2 missing, and the humans are advancing. The room fell silent. Far away, on a quiet outpost station, a young alien officer watched the battle logs in horror. He whispered the same words his grandfather once said. "Long ago, they told us, never attack the humans." But no one listened. The smoke still rose from Earth's broken cities. Billions of humans watched the sky, their faces hard with grief. but their eyes burned with something else. Rage. The alien attack had united Earth, in a way no one ever expected. Borders didn't matter now. Countries became one voice, one command, one mission: strike back. In the blackness of space, Valkyrie 9 floated above the shattered remains of enemy ships. Inside, Commander Ria Torres stood in silence, her hands clenched into fists. We lost Geneva. We lost Tokyo. They thought we would beg. She turned to her team. Let's show them what humans do when we lose. The humans activated Project Redstorm, a secret war protocol Earth had hidden deep under the Arctic ice. Massive underground silos opened. Orbital cannons unlocked from the shadows of the moon. And from Mars, a human fleet began to rise, ships covered in armor that shimmered like fire. At the Galactic Council, panic spread like wildfire. "The humans are launching a full-scale response," someone shouted. "Impossible! They don't have the technology." But then came the live footage. Earth's war fleet crossing the stars. Not running, not hiding, hunting. One by one, human warships dropped into alien territory. Silent, precise, deadly. The first strike came at Delta 6, a military outpost built to monitor human systems. It was vaporized in 3 seconds. Then came the attack on Vikra Station. All communication was lost. And then, silence. From planet to planet, human ships left nothing but wreckage and shadows. They didn't attack civilians. They didn't speak. They simply destroyed everything tied to the Council's war machine. In the ruins of an alien command base, a young officer crawled through fire and rubble. His face was black with smoke, his voice shaking. "They're not soldiers," he whispered into the comms. "They're ghosts, with fire in their hands." Far across the stars, Commander Ria stood on the bridge of her ship. They thought, "We'd stay quiet," she said, "but now they'll remember our silence was never peace. It was preparation." She turned toward her crew. "Next target, Council headquarters." In the center of the galaxy, the grand chamber of the Galactic Council trembled, not from war, but from fear. The air was tense. Leaders of powerful alien empires shouted over one another. Holograms flickered. Emergency lights glowed red. 4. Military outposts gone in 1 week. Our weapons can't track their ships. They're hitting us in places we thought were untouchable. The same words echoed again and again. "The humans are coming." The high speaker slammed his fist on the table. "How did this happen? They were supposed to be weak." An aide stepped forward, holding a data slate with shaking hands. "Sir, their technology is evolving faster than anything we've seen. They're using stealth, decoys, AI tactics, and they're learning from every battle." One council member stood up. "This is no longer a war. This is a hunt, and we are the prey." Back in human command, Commander Ria Torres received Leave Intel. The aliens were cracking. Every intercepted message was full of fear. Their formations were sloppy. Their fleets were retreating. "They've never faced an enemy like us," Ria told her crew. "They don't understand that we don't. Fight for power. We fight for every life they took from us." Meanwhile, deep inside a council war bunker on the planet Zelgar, a group of generals argued. "We need to open peace talks, now." But another slammed the table. "Peace? You think humans will forgive? We bombed their cities, killed their people." A long silence followed. Then someone whispered, "We should have listened to the warning." As the council tried to plan their next move, a message arrived. It was human. One line. "You started this. We'll finish it." Far out in space, 20 human warships moved like wolves through the dark. The galaxy had always feared chaos from outside. But now, the storm was coming from Earth. The stars were quiet. Too quiet. Then, out of the black, the sky lit up. One by one, human ships dropped out of hyperspace, dark, silent, and shaped like floating predators. They did not broadcast messages. They did not ask for surrender. They just came forward, and the galaxy watched in terror. At the edge of the Bracar system, the alien defense fleet waited. 100 ships strong, advanced tech, powerful shields, ready for war. The commander of the fleet grinned. They won't pass us. 5 minutes. Later, his ship was gone. Valkyrie 9 cut through the defense line like a blade through paper. Behind it came Earth's Fire Wing, a squadron of ships so fast enemy systems couldn't lock on. Missiles twisted mid-flight. Drones used enemy ships as cover. Human soldiers didn't just attack. They predicted the enemy's every move. It wasn't just war. It was revenge, sharpened into strategy. Inside a council listening post, a terrified alien officer whispered, "They're not fighting for victory. They're fighting for justice." Far away on the bridge of a damaged council cruiser, Commander Verax, one of the few aliens who had studied Earth before the war, watched the human fleet spread like fire across his star map. He stared at the screen. Then he said, "Pull back, all of you." "But, Commander, they're not here to negotiate. They're here to burn our history." Back on Earth, the human war room was calm. Ria Torres stood beside a glowing table showing the next 10 targets. She looked at the team. "They hit us in the dark," she said. "Now we bring them the light." With one gesture, the Earth fleet launched again. The galaxy had mocked Earth. Now Earth was erasing the stars they ruled. A message echoed across the galaxy, broadcasted in all known languages. "We surrender. Please, stop." It came from the same alien voices that once laughed at Earth. Now they were crying. The Council's proudest leaders, once cold and arrogant, stood in a ruined chamber, their heads down. Their fleets were gone. Their worlds burned. Their people hiding in bunkers. "We should have listened," one whispered. Another stared at the sky. "We thought they were weak, but they never stopped coming." Commander Ria Torres stood inside. Her ship, eyes fixed on the Council's surrender message. Her crew was silent. Finally she spoke. "Now they beg." But where was their mercy when they dropped fire on our cities, when they killed our people? No one answered. Because the truth was, humanity remembered everything. Across alien systems, human drones flew low over the ground. They did not fire. They scanned, observed, waited. It was worse than destruction. It was control. Alien soldiers dropped their weapons. Colonies raised white flags. Some even opened their cities, hoping humans would take over, because they feared what would happen if they didn't. In one council hideout, a young alien officer sent a message to Earth. "We know now. You are not weak. You are not slow. You are what we feared would rise one day." He paused. "We just didn't think it would happen so soon." But Earth's commanders had no answer, no peace offer, no promise, because this wasn't about surrender anymore. This was about making sure the galaxy would never forget what happens when you attack humanity. The war was over. The galaxy was silent. Alien empires waited, terrified, wondering, what will the humans do next? No one dared to move. No one dared to speak. They had seen the fury of Earth. Now they waited for the verdict. Inside the burned halls of the Galactic Council, only one seat was untouched. The empty one, marked for Earth. It had never been used. Until now. On a day remembered forever, a single human envoy walked into the chamber. No guards, no weapons, just silence. Ambassador Juno Lee looked at the trembling alien leaders and placed one object on the table, a simple piece of paper. Everyone leaned in. On it were 5 sentences. Earth's new rules. Never raise arms against Earth again. All human colonies are now protected zones. If Earth is attacked, the response will be final. No council law is above human survival. We will watch everything. A cold silence followed. One alien tried to protest. "You can't just take over." Juno Lee looked at him and said softly, "We're not taking over. We're just making sure. You don't forget." Out in space, massive human satellites now orbited key planets, silent guardians. No one knew what weapons they carried. Alien ships were scanned before they could even enter orbit. Human intelligence officers were placed inside council systems, and the rest of the galaxy understood something very clearly. Earth wasn't asking. Earth was in charge. One alien historian wrote, "They warned us not to attack humans. We didn't listen. Now they don't need armies to control us. Just their presence is enough." They thought the humans had calmed down. They were wrong. In the dark corners of the galaxy, a group of alien warlords whispered in secret. They hated the new order. They refused to follow Earth's rules. So they formed a secret alliance, the Black Flame, and their plan: strike Earth fast, cause chaos, then disappear into the stars. On a quiet Earth moon base, alarms screamed. Explosion, sabotage, dozens dead. It was the first attack on Earth-controlled space since the war ended. The Black Flame left a single message: "You don't rule us." They thought humans would be scared. Instead, they woke up something worse. Commander Ria Torres watched the news, her jaw tight. "They want to test us?" she said. "Fine, let's remind them." Within 1 hour, Earth's fleet launched. Within 2, the rebels' signal was traced. Within 6, the sky above Thorax 6, a Black Flame hideout, turned red. The rebels expected a slow response. They didn't expect stealth missiles, hacking drones, and a human ground team landing in 90 seconds. Rebel Commander Kryn shouted, "How did they find us?" A soldier screamed back, "It's Earth! They see everything now!" The human team didn't ask questions. They didn't take prisoners. They left a message burned into the enemy bunker wall. "We warned you once. There won't be a second." Back on Earth, the Council sent a message to the galaxy. "There are no rebels, only criminals. Attack us again, and we won't just end your war. We'll end your name." The Black Flame had tried to strike. They didn't even survive long enough to regret it. The planet Zarvok once held 9 billion lives. Now, it's just ash. It began with a whisper. A Zarvokian leader spoke against Earth's rules. "Why should we live under human law? We are not their pets," the crowd cheered. The speech spread across the stars. 3 days later, Earth's surveillance systems detected Zarvokian warships powering up. Another rebellion was starting. They never launched a single missile. They didn't get the chance. Earth's orbital AI system, Aegis 7, locked onto Zarvok's shipyards, reactors, and communication towers at once. Before anyone understood what was happening, Zarvok went dark. No bombs, no warnings, no escape, just silence. In the Galactic Council, terrified leaders watched as news footage arrived. Entire cities collapsed. Skies filled with fire. The planet cracked. One elder whispered, "They erased a world without even landing troops." Another said, "This isn't war anymore. This is control." Commander Ria Torres made one short broadcast after the strike. "You were warned. Defy Earth, and you won't face soldiers. You'll face the full weight of human justice. This galaxy runs on memory now. Remember Zarvok?" In schools across alien systems, young ones were taught a new phrase: "Don't challenge the humans. They don't forgive." The galaxy now understood what defiance cost. Everything. Long ago, they laughed at humanity. Now they teach their children never to speak our name with disrespect. Across the stars, monuments stood tall, not for the Council, not for the fallen empires, but for the war they started, and the price they paid. At the edge of space, a massive ring of lights floated in silence. No one knew how humans built it so fast. It wasn't a weapon, it wasn't a base, it was a reminder, the memory halo. Every ship that passed it heard the same. Words. You were warned. Never attack Earth. We will never stop. We will never forget. Ambassador Juno Lee stood before the new Galactic Council. This time, Earth sat in the center seat. The war is over, she said. But the lesson remains. Let no one forget what happens when greed, arrogance, and fear rise above peace. She paused. And let no one forget what humans became when pushed too far. Far away, an alien father told his child, "Do not hate the humans. Respect them. They were not born rulers, but they were made into something unstoppable." The child asked, "Will they ever stop watching us?" The father looked at the sky and replied, "They don't need to watch us anymore. We remember now. Humanity had no empire, no slaves, no thrones, only one thing: fearless memory. The galaxy would rebuild, but the scars would stay. And with every new generation, the warning would be passed on. Never attack the humans. They will hunt you forever."